we're working together to co-create this healthy, meaningful, purposeful life where our health, our intimate health are not an end of themselves, but a means for us to experience life more fully, to love our lives more, to be filled with more love, to be built up inside, and then be able to spread more love to the world. Hi, this is Dr. Christi. Welcome to the ChristiMD podcast. Thank you for tuning in. I am a board-certified urologist and urogynecologist with a wellness center and med spa and urogynecology practice in Houston, Texas. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Love Life Medicine. I'm also on TikTok, and my practice is on Instagram and Facebook under LifeSculpt by ChristiMD. I'd love for you to follow me, share, anything that we can do to help get the word out. My podcast is focused on love, life, and longevity. That's our tagline. And it's all about pro-aging, aging in a way that increases our quality of life, our quality of love, our enjoyment of life, with an ultimate goal of being able to more fully fulfill the purpose for which we are each created. I believe that each one of us is designed with a very specific purpose of why we're on this planet at this time in life. And we need good health and good relationships to be able to optimally fulfill that purpose. And that's where I come in as a doctor, looking at ways that I've used in my own life and with my patients to really build up our health and help us to thrive even as we age. So today what I want to talk about is the basic foundation of my new book that I just released. I wrote the BioVitality Blueprint. It's a woman's plan for elite health and a joyful life. And it's a small little book, but I tried to put in a lot of good information about my own personal journey, and some very practical things that anyone can do without even going to the doctor to optimize their health. And then some of the more advanced things that are available these days to help us to really thrive. And we can take advantage of these medical advances, these insights, to improve our quality of life and help us to really thrive. You know, a lot of times we go through very difficult times when we get to a certain age. Things become, some of these challenges become more common. So physical challenges, health challenges, loss, whether it be loss of our spouse, a divorce, being an empty nester, a move, loss of a parent, or just seeing ourselves getting older and really wondering, are the best years behind me, or is there more to my life that I can enjoy? You know, I talk about in the book that a few years ago, I was at a pretty low place. Although I was always trying to be healthy, I wasn't really in optimal health. Definitely wasn't feeling good. I was pretty worn out, and my marriage was not doing well. It was not what I had thought it was. And we spent a lot of time trying to rescue the marriage. And I kind of got to a place where I was feeling pretty desperate. And that's where my personal BioVitality Blueprint began. And I began to think of how can I really optimize my health to show up better in my marriage, show up better in relationships, to hopefully save the marriage and improve myself. You know, I think we can all have potential to get better and improve our health, our soul, our relationships, how we are interacting with people. And so what it began with for me was having an optimistic outlook for the future, seeing the potential that was there, seeing the possibilities, dreaming of a bigger, brighter future. And what that looked like for me was that I wanted to continue to be healthy and even get healthier. I wanted to feel more energetic. I was very low on energy. In fact, I even at one point thought I was really going to have to give up my career in surgery, which is something that I truly love, and wanted to be a doctor since I was 3 years old. So I'm just living my dream. But I thought I was going to have to give that up because I was so tired. I was so stressed. I didn't feel like I had much to give to my patients and my staff, my great team that I work with here in Houston. But rather than taking that, what I thought might be an easy way out, I started to explore what can I do to improve my health. And I began to dream about what do I want these next few decades of my life to look like? What do I want my marriage to look like? What are the dreams in my heart that I want to pursue? And I believe that a lot of the dreams in our heart, not all of them. Okay. So sometimes we do get dreams in our heart that don't align with God's will, but a lot of the dreams in our heart are placed there by God, our creator. He's designed us for a specific purpose, a specific mission in life. So he puts that dream there, that desire to do or experience or be something for a reason. And then he will provide the resources to get there. And so being a woman of faith, I have always wanted to pursue God and follow his will. Definitely, I've fallen down innumerable times, millions of times in my pursuit of following God. But by his gracious love, he gets me back on track. But the beginning part to BioVitality is to dream those dreams, to imagine what you want your life to look like, and then taking initial steps to get there. And once you kind of have a vision in mind, then you can begin to pursue that. And the basis of my dreams were, like I said, really good health, really strong. I want to be strong. I want to live a long life, over 100. I would love to live to like 120, which sounds crazy, I know, to some people, but if I'm healthy, if I'm having good relationships, I've got friends and family, I've got plenty of resources to support me, and I'm feeling good. I keep doing what I've been doing for the past, I would say, 20, 25 years that I've really been working on my health since I was in my 30s, then I believe it's possible by God's grace. If it's not, that's okay. But I'm gonna be healthier and enjoying life more through the process. So what I lay out in the book, the BioVitality Blueprint, is the beginning of how to do that, how to create your own blueprint for your life. The other big part of my dream for my blueprint was, I guess I'm sort of a romantic. I just really wanted to have a marriage that really rocked, that was, the intimacy was completely, not just intense, but real and substantial. And I don't just mean sex. Of course, that's the pinnacle of intimacy, but it's a pyramid. I've seen I didn't create this. I didn't invent this, but there's a pyramid of intimacy where you start out at the foundational levels of recreational intimacy. You enjoy doing the same things, intellectual intimacy, social intimacy, all the different areas where we can connect with people, spiritual intimacy, emotional, every different layer where we can connect with another person and ultimately with our husband. I'm talking to women right now, but this also can apply to men. Connecting at every level. And then the ultimate is the sexual intimacy, because with sexual intimacy, it should be all those other layers that you've built up come to a culmination. And it should be a spiritual, emotional, physical, integrated intimacy. And I really wanted that. And so I began, whenever my marriage was struggling, I began to work on that part of myself with things that I was doing for my patients, and I had just kind of neglected in myself. And that's when I began to do some testing on myself, which became the foundation of my BioVitality methodology, which I now offer to my patients in my practice. And it's a very comprehensive look at, what's going on with a questionnaire, what's going on with you, with your relationships, with your health, your intimacy, and then doing some very advanced testing to look at your hormone levels, your metabolic function, inflammatory markers, food sensitivities, micronutrients, very sophisticated testing, putting that all together into a format that then is a launching pad to decide where to begin. Because sometimes we feel so overwhelmed. So many things seem to be going wrong. Had a patient earlier today that said, I just feel like this has been my year of falling apart. And I think at a certain age, a lot of us experience that to a different degree. So where can we begin? So it's a matter of testing out the grounds with my BioVitality methodology. And in the book, so I studied engineering at Georgia Tech. And so I think like an engineer sometimes. Mostly I think like a doctor, but sometimes I think like an engineer. And I thought about the blueprint concept. So when you're going to build a beautiful architectural structure, you have a blueprint, you have a design, there's a creator. Let's say you're the architect. Okay. You're the creator. You have this vision in mind for this beautiful high rise, this beautiful skyscraper to beautify the cityscape. And so you make a blueprint, you make a plan, right? And then you go test the site where you're going to build the building. And that is where the testing comes in. And we create this report that gives a visual guide of how your health is doing. We give you all of the advanced test reports, your body analysis, everything. This is my binder. And to help you get on track to where am I going to start building and what am I working with? What is the soil? What is the foundation like? And then in the book, I go on to talk about how to build a good foundation, which I'll get into in another podcast, and all the levels of building that beautiful skyscraper, building it structurally, functionally, and then aesthetically to be the most beautiful, vibrant, appealing version of yourself. I hope that makes sense. So I just see this analogy that, we're co-creating with God. I always include God in this because ultimately you can have the best health in the world and the best sex in the world, but if you don't have a strong relationship with God, you're going to feel unsatisfied. You're going to feel like something's missing, that you haven't quite gotten there. So God and us, we're working together to co-create this healthy, meaningful, purposeful life where our health, our intimate health are not an end of themselves, but a means for us to experience life more fully, to love our lives more, to be filled with more love, to be built up inside, and then be able to spread more love to the world. That's what it's all about. That is the bottom line of everything. So for my own self, going back to my story, I wanted to build up my relationship with my husband. So I began to work on my own hormone health, started my testosterone pellets, worked on my intimate health, got things kind of toned up and fixed up down there. And then worked on my metabolism to optimize it, to get stronger, and really started working on building up muscle. And I began to feel so much better and felt stronger, felt more purposeful. And unfortunately, that marriage did not make it. There was too many other issues that could not be overcome. But I found myself in a better position personally where I felt more confident. I felt more alive. I had a renewed sense of purpose and energy for my life. And after I got divorced, thank God I was blessed with meeting my husband now, Scott, who is the most wonderful man. He is the perfect husband for me. And I thank God for him every day. And it's not about that. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like, if you do all these things, you're going to meet the perfect husband. It's more about being who we're designed to be, loving our life, loving God, and being grateful to him for what he's given us, taking care of this body that he's given us so that then we can serve others more. And sometimes that becomes really attractive to other people. And then we do meet people that can really impact our life. I'm going to have to leave it there for now. I'm going to make another podcast here soon and talk about the foundation of the BioVitality methodology and blueprint. And I hope you'll get the book it's available on Amazon in Kindle form or in hardback form or soft paperback form. I'm sorry. And all the proceeds go to charity. So I just want to get this information out there and hopefully inspire women as they're getting older to not look back and feel that the best years are behind you, because the best years can be before you if you believe it and you really go for it and take the steps to take care of your health, take care of your relationships, and of course, seek God and share his love. All right, I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks for tuning in, and please follow, like, share, and we'll see you next time. Take care.